Let's see, who's first? Oh, it's Rev. Rev, this is the first time you've been first. I came out for Joe. I'm tired. I was gonna relax. I came out for Joe. His bitch ass ain't here. Joe, where you at? Where's Joe? It's a new segment called Where's Joe? It's a overcasty, rainy, crappy day. I might have my friend Tori Day drop by today. I'm hoping he drops by. I gave him the address. I dropped a pin on him. That's what the kids say. I dropped a pin. He's coming or not? He's a big time bass player. He's a big rock star, so he probably doesn't have time for a little rinky-dink operation like mine. But you read the thumbnail correctly, guys. It's news and nude women. So that should get some people in. Nude women. I knew it as soon as I put nude women, RJ would be here. I've been on for 10 minutes. I got one person. What the hell? I'd like to thank our sponsor. I don't know. Today our sponsor is Johnson Butt Plugs. If you want a butt plug, the best kind on the market is a Johnson butt plug. It goes in and it's firm. It ain't going nowhere. In fact, I prefer Johnson butt plugs over anything else. Well, I always say I'm not starting the show till David Young gets here. David Young is here. What's up, Dave? I would suggest all of you leave. It's going to be a shitty show. Other than the naked women, and of course Queen Latifah dropping by, I don't foresee much good going on today. Not a good show. I don't got that thing I got. If you're looking for that, you tuned in for that, I ain't got that. I got this. I do got a hungry pigeon next to me. Here, buddy. He's got one foot. And it's not Stumpy, it's somebody else. Here, just for you, Playboy. Don't tell nobody. There it is, OG. All right. Why don't we start the news? I don't care if there's only 4 people in here. Usually by this time I have 600 or 700 people in here. Either 6 or 700. Usually it leans towards 6. Boom. Look at this. I don't even know what it says. Plunder, lock, and key. Shoplifting is so bad. When I was buying these cookies, the guy stole a pack of Doritos right next to me. Again, I want to thank today's sponsor, Johnson Butt Plugs. There's no better butt plug on the market. Shoplifting is so bad. Almost everything at NYC drugstores can't be touched. It gets a little embarrassing. You go in there like me and you want to buy some Johnson butt plugs, you gotta ring the bell and they come back. You say, hi, I'd like to get some Johnson butt plugs. And they're like, hold on. Jim, guy in the shopping aisle 7, what's your name, Bob? Bob wants some Johnson butt plugs. This is his 4th butt plug of the week. Can you come over here, everybody? Johnson's butt plugs on sale if Bob is going to buy the last. It makes it very embarrassing when I go to the store and I buy extra small condoms. Not for me. They're from a friend of mine. He's from Canada. You don't know him. No, it's not Alfred Close. No, somebody else completely. Guys, I gave one cookie to one pigeon. All these bitches show up. Give away one cookie and boop. I ain't got it. While you normal guys were sleeping last night. I was in a jacuzzi with a bunch of bad shorties from Finland. There was Helga and Steve and Jim, Mike and Larry. It wasn't as fun as I always pictured it being. They're locking up chocolate. Underwear. Back in high school, or grade school, one of the dirtiest jokes I knew. You would say, "Hey, what are you eating under there?" And hopefully, if you said it just right, the idiot would say, "Underwear." "You're eating underwear?" Dish soap. This is very popular because they steal it and they sell it right outside the store. It's $5, but you can get it outside for $2.50. And of course, ice cream. All the liquor is locked up because they walk in and just pick up cases and start walking around. I thought this was Joe. I was yelling at him. I thought it was Joe. It's not Joe. It's some other dude. It's a Joe doppelganger. It's definitely not Joe. That's not Joe. That's not Joe. We've been on for 35 minutes. Should I start the news? On this day, it's a new segment I'm doing, but I didn't have time to write it down. On this day, Andy Warhol got shot. He's got a bloody nose. It ain't me. On this day, Andy Warhol got shot. Crazy feminist woman, lesbian woman. She gave him a screenplay to read. He was the biggest artist on the planet. Oh, I know what you're talking about this. I woke up this morning and I got like a pimple. I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You know when you go to the bar, the old Irish guy's all drunk at the end of the bar, he's got a red nose? I almost wanted to pop it, but I knew it ain't ready. I'm 60, I got my first pimple in 25 years. I hope no ladies show up. Reminds me of high school. Get a bad pimple, you try to pop it too early, it's gonna get all big and red. Then you gotta tell your mom, "Mom, I can't go to school today." Why? I got hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids. Bobby, are you sure it's not that pimple on the end of your nose? No, I have bleeding hemorrhoids, Mom. Here we go. I got a pimple, big deal. I'm not doing that. Today I'm going to do only positive stories that are in the news. Only positive. I'm done. That's how short the news would be. Boogie Bob, why don't you just focus on the positive? Because it'll be a very short program. Shelves are like steel traps. There it is. That's all plexiglass, all the way down the aisle, plexiglass. You gotta ring the buzzer, you gotta wait, hi. What do they say on the, you push the button, they say, customer service needed at the electric razors. And then you buy the electric razor, and then you gotta go get shampoo. And then you're like, oh, I feel like a douchebag. Beep. Customer needed help at the shampoo department. Here comes the guy again looking at you like, you piece of shit, I just got you a razor. Port Authority, Dwayne Reed off 8th Avenue, every single item locked up. I'm not. Overdose duo death in Brooklyn refuge. Fentanyl. I haven't even looked and I already know it's fentanyl. If you overdose in this city, it's fentanyl. 2 asylum seekers died of apparent overdoses outside of a mega migrant shelter in Brooklyn. The men, 24 and 25, were found just after 8:30 a.m. Thursday in a parked Nissan Sentra A 6-story commercial building. They won't have the autopsy for a couple of days. It's fentanyl, I guarantee. For rent. There you go. For rent. No bedroom, no bathroom, 77 square feet, $2,300. Bro, that's a phone booth. It's going to be gone quick. Where do you put a bed? You sleep right there on the floor, no bed, mattress. It's a cot. You sleep on a cot. It's got no bedroom, no bathroom, and it's 77 square feet. Mexico body parts horror. Horror. Police in western Mexico. Where's that, Joe? It's just next to Guadalajara. Police in western Mexico made a horrifying discovery this week when they stumbled upon 45 trash bags containing human remains. Could you imagine? 45 trash bags. While they were searching a ravine for 7 missing call center workers. This sounds like the damn cartel. But I ain't said that. You ain't heard that. Paul Greenwell? Cousin Vinny? I know Cousin Vinny ain't snitching. He's from Brooklyn. He ain't saying nothing. The Jalisco State Prosecutor's Office said in a statement Wednesday that the bags were found below a forest overlooking outskirts of Guadalajara. Okay, I have a bad memory. Did I say Guadalajara a few seconds ago? When I was pretending to be Joe, did I say Guadalajara? Because if I did, I'm pretty insanely dope. If I didn't, I apologize. I think I said Guadalajara. I did say Guadalajara. After I said it, I felt stupid because I said, wait, that's not Mexico. That's Africa somewhere. I don't know all this shit like Joe knows, but I knew it that time. Guadalajara. Firefighters and civil defense used a helicopter to airlift some of the remains from a 140-foot deep ravine. 45 trash bags. That's a lot of people. That's horrible. And before I go any further, I want to shout out all the people of India who woke up today to the tragic news. You guys hear about a train wrecking all the time, and occasionally hear about 2 trains wrecking. Those are the worst ones. 3 trains. I don't know, some switch was faulty. There's 3 trains. Sorry. 3 trains intersected or wrecked. As of right now, 300 dead, 1,000 hurt, and those hurt will be, I'm sure the death, when you have 1,000 hurt, the death toll will skyrocket, it will climb. I'm feeling horrible. Like the Prime Minister of England was like crying. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you wake up and you say 300 people dead in Texas? It's tragic. I send my love and my condolences to every man, woman, and child in India and around the world who are suffering over this horrific death. Ain't got that thing if you don't have that swing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. The last days of Jeffrey Epstein before he hung himself. I'm feeling very self-conscious about my nose now. Look at how bright that thing is. Hi guys, welcome to the news, folks. I hope that you enjoy the news today. Let's get on with it. This is horrible. This is even worse than my nose that RJ made me feel horrible about. He had chlamydia. and he hated orange jumpsuits. Well, let me just tell you something. Everybody hates orange jumpsuits. Who the hell wants to, who's in prison going, I love the way this orange jumpsuit looks on me. By the way, they all have DOC on the back, which stands for Department of Corrections. Here is the notes they took on him. Epstein is sleeping. Epstein sneezed. He is awake, sitting on his bed. These are the times. 5 o'clock, he's sleeping. 5:06, he is awake, sitting on his bed. 5:12, he's sleeping. 5:30, he's sleeping. 5:45 is sleeping. 6 o'clock, sleeping. 6:15, sleeping. 6:30, awake. 6:45, inmate is talking to me about jail life. 7 o'clock, inmates eating breakfast. 7 o'clock, this person ended their shift. $8:15, hanging from a noose. Here's the news. He made it out of either sheets or part of the orange jumpsuit. You can make, believe me, the first time I went to jail, the inmates had made a fishing line, I don't know, a couple 100 feet long, of bed sheets, really skinny, not a big ass bed sheet, but just the threads. They made a long fishing line. They took newspapers like this, they rolled them up really tight, got them wet, so now they're thick, like this, like a damn broomstick. You could hit someone over the head with a broomstick. They fashioned it about 6 feet long, and they had the thread, and at the end they tied a bar of soap. And then they stuck it through the bars, they went to the outside window, and then they dropped it down 150 feet, whatever it was. We were on the 4th floor, dropped it down to the main street where Michael Stansberry, who I knew, his girlfriend Jennifer, who I knew very well, she was outside and she tied a bag of marijuana to where the soap was. They got it all the way up, and then it got to the window. There's 80 of us like this. And then it tumbled out. And I thought, man, these convicts, they know how to do shit. It's like the time the professor made a telephone out of a coconut on Gilligan's Island. Could you imagine? Imagine everything I just said? Could you imagine being a multi-billionaire who lives on a 68th Street, $70 million townhouse with butlers and maids, from going from that magnificent townhouse to this? He probably did hang himself. He wasn't getting out. They had all the receipts. Let's keep it moving. A pill mill bust in Washington Heights. A pill mill. That's where you make a bunch of pills. I'm not doing it. Oath Keeper. These are the douchebags who tried to overthrow the government. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You like Trump, you don't like Trump, don't overthrow the government. You like Biden, don't overthrow the government. You like Obama, don't overthrow the government. Oath Keeper, member David Morshell was sentenced on Friday to 3 years in prison for seditious conspiracy. He's going to be treated like a king. Trust me. Hey brother, like what you did on January 6th. You want to sit by me and eat some strudel? I like your goatee, brother. You ever watch the Boogie Shop, brother? No. Yeah, good, because he's a piece of shit. Why don't you like him? Last time I saw a show, he had a big red booger hanging off the tip of his. Okay, guys, let's get it over with. I got a big ass. It looks like it's a pimple, not this thing. That's my wart. That's been there. This thing, look at that. It'll be gone tomorrow. All you do, go in the bathroom, get a hot washcloth. Now, it can't just be hot, lukewarm. It's got to be scalding hot, like you could cook hot dogs in this water. Scalding hot. Take a deep breath. Push that bitch on there. Hold it. It's not easy. Hot. Got to be boiling hot. It's going to open up all your pores. Tomorrow, today I'm looking like Carl Malden, Jimmy Durante, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Tomorrow, I'll be back to my usual handsome self. Today, no. I'm not even going to try to holler at no ladies today. Aaron Judge, look at this. There's Aaron Judge and his lady. They just walking. Oh, he's only worth about $400 million, so don't. Oh boy. A wave of missing kids in Ohio. Ohio. Nearly 30 children went missing in Cleveland in the first 2 weeks of May. Extraordinary surge of disappearances in the area. Cleveland police said 27 kids have been reported missing between May 2nd and May 16th. There's always peaks and valleys. 27? That's horrific. That is horrific. I don't have no proof of what it is, so I don't know. Look at this guy. By the way, before I left the house today, there was a woman in Florida. Her and her boyfriend went in shopping, shoplifting, in a store in Florida. They left the kids in the car for over an hour as they stole from different stores. She left the store, a handful of stolen goods. She gets out to her car with her children in it. It's engulfed in flames. One of the kids was in there. She left her kids in the car while she shoplifted. One of the kids was in there, I think, playing with a lighter. We're not sure, but the kids both survived. They're rushed to the hospital. I don't know their status. She has been arrested on the theft of the items. She threw the items on the ground as she ran to the car. And theft of items and, of course, child endangerment. Listen to this judge. You ever see a judge and he sentenced you to life in prison for murder? The judge who sentenced Ted Bundy to the death penalty. He said, partner, I'll never forget it. Partner, I would love to have you as a lawyer. You're a brilliant man, but you're a murderer, and you will die in prison. It's a shame that you decided to murder these women instead of using your talents to be a lawyer. Ted Bundy represented himself, and from what everybody said, he did a damn good job. Well, this judge, most judges are just, sir, what you have done is reprehensible, and you will spend the rest of your days in prison. This judge is like, no. This judge told the guy to kill himself. A Michigan judge ripped into a killer who brutally murdered a news radio anchor and attacked the victim's young children last year, telling the perpetrator, I covered that story on the show, by the way, you should have just killed yourself instead. Arthur Williams, 55, was given a tongue lashing Thursday by the judge. I got a tongue lashing once, but that was in college. Hi, Cleo. Hi, Sugar. Hi, Cousin Vinny. Thursday, as the judge sentenced him to life in prison for Jim Matthews' slaying and the attack on his family in Detroit. What happened was he killed the news reporter and then attacked his family. Well, what kind of a creep is that? Then the judge starts yelling at him. You're a pedophile. You're a murderer. And you're the embodiment of evil. Williamson had pleaded no contest to fatally stabbing and bludgeoning Matthews, stabbed him and hit him with a damn hammer, and to assaulting his 2 children, ages 5 and 10, and then longtime girlfriend during the rampage. He then tried to take his own life by overdosing. You try to commit suicide before you do any of this, the judge told him. Take yourself out. Kill yourself so that you don't hurt others. Okay. A pervert has been arrested for fondling someone on the bus. Where at, Joe? The Bronx? Yes, in the Bronx. Thank you, Joe. A pervert fondled a 16-year-old girl and offered her a ring on board of a Bronx bus. He fondled her, then tried to give her jewelry. The teen boarded the bus at Mott Haven around 10:30 a.m. Sunday when a tattooed man in pink shorts, oh, they're going to catch his ass. Someone reading this right now, 8 million people read this paper. Someone reading this right now is going to go, oh, that's Steve. Honey, you know the guy with the tattoos who wears the pink shorts? What's his name? Steve. It's Steve. Steve will be caught by the end of the day. Now, if he was a tattooed guy who wore black shorts and a black hat, you ain't gonna catch him. Pink shorts is a dead giveaway. He's caught. Not a lot of guys. I'm looking at 300 people out here. No one's wearing pink shorts except him. Hi, sir. I'm a Scorpio. Scorpio. The creep put his arm around the girl, caressed her shoulder, and offered her a ring that he had, but she refused to take it. It's a shitty ring, I promise you. But then he put his hand on her right thigh, hugging and kissing her. Then the sicko tried to get the victim to exit the bus with him. Thank God she did not. Shout out to you, young lady. 16-year-old girl. Very, very smart. Somebody comes up to you and says, oh my God, your mother asked me to come get you. Or, oh my God, I'm a friend of your father's. Or, I'm a friend of the family. Or, I got puppies that I want to give you. The answer is no, 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 and hell no. Gun rap singer admits guilt. Gun rap singer. They're called rappers. They're not rap singers. Maybe. The front man for Grammy Award group Cage the Elephant. I don't even know who the hell that is. Am I old? Does anybody here know who Cage the Elephant is? I like the name. The front man for Grammy-winning group Cage the Elephant took a no-jail plea deal Friday, copping to weapons possession for having 2 loaded guns in a Manhattan hotel. You cannot do that. Singer Matthew Schultz, 39, was arrested in January after cops found the guns in his Bowery hotel room. I think at the Bowery you can have guns. I think it's a prerequisite over there. Under the terms of the plea deal, Schultz said he will stay out of trouble for 1 year. But after that, he said, I'll do what I want. I'll do what the hell I want. The worst airport, the worst wait of any airport is JFK. Guys, you ever get to the airport, you got to get there an hour early, then you got to go on a thing and blah, blah, blah. The worst thing in the whole world is to get there and then have to sit there for 9 hours. I usually spend my time at Taco Bell. Hoping to escape the Big Apple this summer? Question mark. Avoid JFK. That stands for John Fitzgerald Kennedy Airport. Travelers hoping to whiz their way America, I don't care. Oh boy. Buffalo. Guys, we're supposed to have Tory Day drop by. He's from the biggest band in Buffalo. He's also a subscriber. Said he's coming by. I don't see him. Cat flaked out. Deadly buffalo blizzard delays. Well, it was months ago, so I don't know why. I don't know. Boy. We try to teach things on this show. I've said that since the first day of the show. Like, guys, if you take a poop and you're going to wipe from front to back. Guys, I don't know about girls, but guys, front to back. I know a lot of your mom didn't teach you when you're young. Honey, wipe from front to back. Don't wipe back to front. Just learn something on the show. Here's something else. If you have children, do not leave them in the car. Do not leave them in the car. 7 words. It is horrible. Many times they are kidnapped, or they wander off, or in this case they die in a hot car. Have you ever sat in a hot car? It's horrible. That goes for dogs, animals, and of course your kids. A Florida mother has been arrested in the death of her 11-month-old child, who was left alone in a hot car for 3 hours while she officiated a church service. I got a visitor. I got a visitor. Hey, buddy. I might have me a little sidekick right here. She officiated a church.
Ray, come back up here.
She officiated a church
Ray, come.
proceeding. That kid ain't coming. She's doing the old 1, 2, 3 thing. My dad did the 1, 2, 3 thing my whole life. He never got 3. Bobby, 1, 2. Okay, Dad, here I come. I never knew what would happen when you got to 3. Could be murder. I don't know. Could be murder. This kid, he was running around. She got 1. He was like, I don't care. 2. He started running back to her. 1, 2. Mulane Mulm, 37, was booked Thursday into Brevard County Jail on a felony count of manslaughter of a child. Her arrest came 4 days after police were called to Mount Olive Evangelical Church in Palm Bay, which was founded and is run by Mulm. It's her church. She founded it and she runs it. And her pastor husband. She was released on $15,000. She left her child. Can you still see my red nose from there? Let's get rid of the red nose thing altogether. There we go. Hi guys, it's your old pal Boogie Bob, and today it's still a little tender, very tender. I feel horrible because this could have been avoided. There's an old trick that people do now. I spread it on my show a few times. People leave their kid in the back seat by accident. She clearly, in my opinion, left the child out there so she could get in there and do whatever. Yeah, Wayne, it's just not ready yet. It's 1 day away from. If I did it right now, it just turned really red and hurt really bad. What I should have did was I wore a red hat. I hold up a soda. You can barely notice. Well, horrible. I planned on leaving here and going to Times Square and picking up some ladies, but I can't. Not with no. There's a trick that you can do, ladies or men, if you have a child. Thank you, Sugar Baby. RJ, I was doing great till RJ said it looked like I had a bloody nose. Looked like I got in a fist fight with Mike Tyson. What if I wore these way down here? How's that? If you have a child in the back seat, you're going to put your child in a car seat. If it's a regular day, it doesn't, obviously you don't ever want to do it, but if it's a hot day, they're going to die. It gets to be 100. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hi, how are you? No, I'm a Scorpio. Yes. I'm just thinking, I'm pondering. If you have a child in a car seat, if you put the child in the back seat and you take your shoe off, put your shoe in the back seat with the child. Then you get out at the mall, you can't forget your child's there because you take one step, you're like, yo, where's my shoe? Oh shit, it's in the back seat. Oh shit, Tony's in the back seat. Come here, little guy. And you get your little kid. It's a trick. It's a brilliant trick. I know. You think, oh, well, I don't need that. I'm never going to forget my kid Tony in the back seat. You sometimes do. A lot on your mind. Kin killer gets 16 years. Oh, kin killer 16 gets 80 years. 80 years is pretty much a death sentence. A West Virginia teenager has been sentenced to 80 years in prison for gunning down his mother and his sister in cold blood when he was 13 years old. 3 years ago. Connor Crowe was pleaded guilty in November to charges of second-degree murder, was ordered Tuesday to serve 2 consecutive 40-year sentences. I want to remind you that your sister was 15 at the time that you murdered her. She was younger than you are right now, and you gave her no consideration, no mitigation for something less than a death sentence. Crowe was 13 in September in 2020 when he fired several shots into the chest and torso of his mother, Melissa, 39, and 15-year-old sister, Madison Flo Rowland. After the shooting, Crowe claimed that a stranger, it wasn't me, a stranger, claimed that a stranger was responsible for the carnage, telling a neighbor that he shot the intruder in the shoulder with the gun. Let me guess. He told the cops it was a black guy. That's what they told him. Black guy broke in. What he looked like? He was black. Susan Smith killed her 2 children and said it was a black guy. Prosecutor Stephen Dragic said gunshot residue was found on his hands. There was no evidence anyone forced their way into the home. They busted his ass. I'm just shooting the shit. I got nothing going on. All right, ladies. Look at this hunk. Wow, his nose is worse than mine. He's a hunk, but his nose is worse than mine. And he's got a rock covering up the abs. What's that about? In the dark with Texas guru Roger's shadowy retreat. I don't care. Trump is surging in the polls in the GOP. No crap. No crap. That's not a surprise there. Among all GOP candidates, Trump is at 53%, DeSantis is at 25%, and Scott is at negative 95%. Mike Pence. Mike Pence is running for president. He is the most hated man in the history of the Republican Party ever. They hate his guts. I think Charlie Manson would beat him in a Republican runoff, and he's dead. I just don't understand. You know, it costs tens of millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions to run and win president, tens of millions just to get a couple percent of the vote. What morons are saying, I believe in you. I'm going to give my life savings and I know you'll get 1% of the vote. I don't get it. Did you see Joe Biden fall down yesterday? It's horrible. Joe Biden. Was that a game? I can't remember what it was. A football game, baseball game. What was it? College baseball, racetrack. It was something. Someone in there will know. Turned around and took 2 steps. got up. Knock me down 9 times, I get up 10. Is that right? If you knock me down 10 times and I get up 9, that's not good. Gerald Ford used to trip on his way to tripping. Gerald Ford one time tripped out of bed while he was sleeping. I'm just... Reagan fell. Trump couldn't walk down a damn ramp. Got a general holding his arm, walking down a 20-degree incline. Guys, it's not anything on them. It's a lot of times their age. Biden's like 86 years old. Cuddly cat. I finally got a good story on page 20. Cuddly cat killed 3 people with a knife in Bangladesh. Sorry. Not a good story after all. This kitty is the bomb. I don't like it. Whoever wrote that should be fired. This kitty is the bomb. Usually they'll say, he's perfect. He's the catch meow. He does look a little pissed off. Really nailed that one. He looks like he's like, yo, why are you wrapping me in this stupid ass blanket? Well, this kitty is the bomb. Cute, but cantankerous. Now, I'm 60 years old, and that's the first time I've ever used the word cantankerous. I hope I used it correctly. Has captivated Ukraine in an image where she sat glumly in Kyiv in a subway shelter taking cover from Russian bombs, wrapped in a blanket. Igor Nikolva, a former advisor for Bladden, I don't care. It's a cat. It's a cat in a pink one. X Sox. This is a baseball player. Now, when you say Sox, they're usually talking about the Red Sox, but there's also a White Sox. The Boston Red Sox, Chicago White Sox. I think it's racism. Who do I know? The son of former Red Sox first baseman George Scott. I don't know him. Never heard of him. Allegedly killed his 8-year-old boy before turning the gun on himself. It's a tragic murder-suicide. Can you imagine you kill your 8-year-old son and then you kill yourself? I can't. We learn things on this channel. Do me a favor next time. Kill yourself first. After you kill yourself, kill anyone you want, but kill yourself first. Please don't kill your children or your pets or your neighbor or strangers. The tragic murder-suicide scene was discovered by police conducting a welfare check as the 54-year-old George Scott III at his New Bedford home after 8 a.m. in the Boston Globe has reported. Scott and his young son Dante Hazard were found dead inside the house. Authorities said Scott appeared to have killed his kid with a sharp object before, that's a knife, usually it's a knife, before committing suicide. Piece of crap. If anyone knows her phone number, I'd like to, oh, too late, never mind. Maybe, if you... Teen lost in strange seas. The waters where Louisiana teen Cameron Robbins, I've followed this for a week now, hi Pigeon, vanished after jumping off a pirate ship are within the Bermuda Triangle. If you don't know what the Bermuda Triangle is, Joe, where's Bermuda? It is off the coast of, I don't know, Nova Scotia. Maybe it's in Guadalajara again. Without Joe here, I can't do geographics. The Bermuda Triangle is somewhere on the planet. I think. Kevin Butler, we appreciate you so much. I didn't know if you wanted me to address what has happened. I was wanting to send my deepest condolences again. But just know that we're praying for you, and I'm sorry, and I know it's a private issue. If and when you let me know, I will share it with the group. God bless you. heaven. The waters where Louisiana teen Cameron Robbins vanished. This is a kid that was on a school trip or something. He jumped off the boat for likes on TikTok. They're thinking a whole lot of sharks in those waters. But now, the Bermuda Triangle is one of those things on Earth that has been unexplained for years. There is this gravitational pull or different, it's where the hemisphere meets the coaxial of this and that. I don't know. When I was in ROTC, wait a minute, Bob, you were in ROTC? So what else? You can't prove that. I can. When I was in ROTC, the colonel who taught the class told us he was flying over it in World War II, and he actually, his plane plummeted like 10,000 feet. They couldn't stop it. They were in the Bermuda Triangle. They didn't know what axis, what happened, but he said it's real, and there has been hundreds of ships and back in the old pirate days and airplanes that just disappear over there, never to be seen again. So they don't know if it's just different storms and what have you. But this kid happened to jump off the damn boat in the Bermuda Triangle. A notorious region where people, ships, and planes have mysteriously disappeared for over a century. Robbins, 18, was enjoying a sunset cruise off Atoll Island in the Bahamas on May 24th when he leaped from the Blackbeard Revenge boat. Haunting video shows him disappear under the surface. The triangle is notoriously difficult to navigate with rough seas and extreme weather. I try to teach you things on this channel. If you're ever on a damn pirate ship, don't jump off. I would suggest don't jump off into waters. I would suggest you don't even go to a lake or take baths or showers. I would suggest you stop taking showers immediately. Hi, pigeon. Busted 60 million food stamp fraud. Oh, stamp fraud. Stamp is currency. You guys know stamps are currency. They're what, 56 cents a piece now or something like that? I don't know. A Californian. If you're from California, you are a Californian. If you're from Hawaii, you're a Hawaiian. If you're from Texas, you're a Texan. But if you're from New York, you're not a New Yorkan. You're a New Yorker. From Philadelphia, you're Philadelphian. If you're from Winnipeg, you're a Winnipegian. By the way, I want to thank our sponsors today, Johnson Butt Plugs. If you're looking for a butt plug, these things, I can tell you, they will not fall out. Johnson's Butt Plugs. Get them today. If you use my code, you'll get a discount. They're comfortable. It's a very comfortable butt plug. A Californian who ran a shipping business was arrested for allegedly mailing more than 9 million parcels using fake stamps. He's got a business. He has to send stuff every day. And he's sending it for free. Because he's sending you this to your address, charging you $1.25 for shipping. Or he might be one of those eBayers who says free shipping. I always wonder how they do that. How do you do free shipping? You gotta pay for shit. He does free shipping because he ain't paying for it. He's got fake bootleg stamps. Does this moron think they wouldn't catch him? $9 million? 9 million parcels. Sooner or later they're gonna catch his ass. Costing over $60 million in revenue, the scheme by Li Jian Chen, 50 of Walnut, fell apart last month after she, here I am being sexist. I thought it was a guy. I apologize. For all the feminists out there, I apologize. She was using shipping labels with false meter numbers that began with '07, according to filings. Why are you sticking your nose in my bag of cookies, bruh? That's a little rude. That's a little rude. That's just a little bit rude, Playboy. Alright. Guys, I got a new friend here. Right here. I got a new homie. Now that you're here, I want to tell you, take just a moment to talk about Johnson butt plugs. Now, I can tell you, they use the best quality materials. Oh, this ain't your daddy's butt plug. No. This is a synthetic phosphate. Very comfortable. You can ride a bike with this butt plug. Guys, here's my new pigeon. Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm gonna crush, you stand there and I'll crush up these others. I got 9 other pigeons looking at me like, you little ass kissing sucker. Okay, hold on, Jimmy. Here, Frank. Okay, Frank. You're acting like you're starving. Okay, Jimmy, I love you, but you gotta go. Tell all your friends about Johnson butt plugs. Jimmy? It's hard enough to pick up ladies with a big ass pimple on your nose. How are you gonna do it? Cookie crumbs all over. Hi, ladies. How are you? Oh, the pimple, yeah. Oh, yeah, the cookies. The boogers. Ladies, I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about Johnson butt plugs. I'm a new sponsor with my channel, Boogie Bob. 50s idea. This was an idea from the 50s. All right. This is how stupid we are as humans. It is now being reported that the military thought about nuclearing the moon. Hi, Jimmy. It was one time. Look at Jimmy. You just chilling. Can I talk to you about Jesus Christ? Can I take 2 minutes of your time? Okay. It's your soul. It's your soul, my friend. It was one giant explosion for mankind. At the end of the 1950s, a decade shy of the Apollo 11 successful lunar landing, the U.S. military had the radical idea of detonating a nuclear bomb on the surface of the moon. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the moon has everything to do with our tides, our rising tides, our withdrawing tides, our everything. Weather. You get rid of the moon, we got a major problem. The moon is our balance wheel. Nuclear detonators in the vicinity of the moon are considered in the report with scientific information which might be obtained by such explosions. The detonation of the nuclear weapon on or near the moon surface was often been suggested by our military. Our military are idiotic, stupid, moronic. The military aspect is aided by investigation of space environment, detection of nuclear devices, blah, blah, blah. The proposal was initially made public only after famed physicist Carl Sagan, who had worked on the project and came up with the nuclear concept, revealed details. In other news, Donald Trump said, when I'm elected, I will be the first president to have man walk on the sun. So that'll be interesting. You just walk around on the sun. Jimmy, bro. Jimmy, my friend. God bless you, Playboy. You're just killing me here. Hi, Debbie. All right. I think we ran our course. I think we ran our course. It's time for... We ain't doing the wheels anymore. I'm reading them all. Everybody. You get an astroscope. You get an astroscope. RJ, you get an astroscope. Seashell, you get an astroscope. Everybody in here gets an astroscope. Today I'm doing every one except one. One of you ain't getting no astroscope. Let's see who it is. Let's see who doesn't get an astroscope. Virgo, you ain't getting nothing today, Virgo. Virgo, you just gotta sit back and relax. Virgo, you're not getting nothing. I'm sorry, Virgo, but I cannot tell you because the full moon cuts across the home and the career axis of your chart, you can expect some serious opposition over the next 48 hours. Not doing it, Virgo. You saw me spin the wheel. It wouldn't be fair if I told you the good news is that with the support of family and friends, you will come through this challenging phase unscathed. That wouldn't be right. Wouldn't be right. Seashell's in here, and Seashell deserves to hear Seashell's astroscope. I'm going to start with Gemini. Again, I'm very sorry, Virgo. Gemini, if you focus on what you have in common with someone over the next 48 hours rather than on what keeps you apart, then a difficult relationship should become easier to deal with. Why magnify your differences when you're not so similar at all? Don't do it. Cancer. According to the planets, you have reached a point of no return and need to accept once and for all that things won't be going back to how they were before. But why would you want them to when they are doing so much better now? You can't go home and say, hey girl, how you doing? Hey girl, how's it going? Hey, Leo. Jimmy, you're really, I don't know what your problem is, Jimmy. Okay. Jimmy, you've proven yourself a loyal butt plug buyer. I can't see what's going on. Jimmy's acting. Jimmy's acting like, Jimmy, come on, player, you killing me. It's my own fault. I can't control this. It's my fault. I apologize. I got 45 damn pigeons. It's my fault. I did this to myself. There's Jimmy, Frank, and Tina. Tina, get in there, girl. Oh, everybody, you're all fired. No Johnson butt plugs for you. Horrible. It's a brand new hoodie. I know you've seen me wear blue hoodies before. This ain't that one. This is brand new. Got this morning. Jimmy, you're... Okay, Jimmy. Breaking my glasses. You're being a son of a bitch, Jimmy. I apologize. Leo, if you forgive a colleague for something they did that was stupid rather than malicious, sometimes people do stupid shit and it's an accident. That's called malicious. No, it's called malicious when they do it on purpose. They will be your friend for life. The fact is you have so many things in common, it would be a pity to allow one quite minor thing to tear your friendship apart. Virgo. You tried to trick me. I'm not doing Virgo. I'm not going to tell you because the full moon cuts around the home of the career axis of your chart. I'm not doing it. Libra, disputes may seem bigger and more toxic. Why are you pecking on stuff, Jimmy? Hi, Jimmy. Jimmy's wilding out over here. I like him. Jimmy seems like Jimmy ain't ate in 3 years. This is for Jimmy. It's only for Jimmy. Everybody else can beat it. There's 45 pigeons on my table right now, destroying everything. Everything I worked so hard to build. It's just me and you, Jimmy. All we got is us, my friend. Can you pop my nose? Is there any way, Jimmy, you could poke me in the nose with your beak? I'd appreciate it. You know? I think me and Jimmy are going to become close allies. Libra, disputes may seem bigger and more toxic than they actually are this weekend because the influence of powerful full moon, no matter what people say say about you, don't take any of it personally. It's just words, and words don't really matter, do they? Yes, they do. I was sitting here having a great time, then RJ started talking about the big bloody nose and calling me Rudolph. Maybe if I hold my watch up, you won't notice that. Scorpio, that's me. Today you will have a huge pimple on your nose at the age of 60. You look like a damn fool with a volcano on the front of your face. But don't worry, even though some people like Sugar Bay say it's okay, she's lying. It's horrible. Do not go out in public without a scarf wrapped around your face. You could pretend that the pandemic is still going on and wear a mask, but that will not fool the people because it's getting a word around Times Square that you have a huge pimple on your nose. Scorpio. At some stage this weekend, you will have to admit only you yourself, that your assumptions about a certain individual were wide of the mark. It's not often you admit that you were rude. It's not often you admit that you were wrong. But on this occasion, you won't mind doing so. I was wrong. I was actually wrong about being wrong, because I was right about when I was wrong. Sag Gang, stand up, Sag Gang. Chicago Tom's in the house. Hi, Chicago Tom. How are you, player? The full moon in your sign will force you to confront someone you have been doing your best to avoid. The good news is that once you've talked through your issues, both of you will realize that your differences are really not that important. Capricorn. By the way, guys, I just now thought, I'm going to Times Square after a shitty show this bad, and then Chicago Tom shows up. I can't leave him with this impression of the Boogie Bob show. I gotta put a cherry on top. Look at my nose. I should just say I got punched in the face by a mugger on the train. Should we do that? Let's try that. Hey guys, I'm sorry for the delay. I was on the train, a guy punched me in the nose. Look at this. The cops came, it was horrible. Horrible. Is that better? Hi guys, I drink a lot, so I have a... Oh, hi ma'am. No, this is not a pimple. This is herpes. It's herpes simplex 7. Simplex 7. What are you doing later? What's your sign? Stop? Your sign is stop. Erwin's not judging me. Erwin's like, you know, Boogie Bob, I don't care if you have a huge, gigantic pimple on the tip of your nose. I still enjoy. All right, where are we at? Capricorn. I can't get rid of Steve. My dear buddy Steve is just sitting here. It may seem as if you are no longer in control of what's going on in your life. That's not entirely true. At the very least, you can choose not to get involved in situations that you can sense are unlikely to end in your favor. Aquarius. Did you know that we're in the dawning of the age of Aquarius? Steve, did you know that we're in the dawning of the age of Aquarius? Hi, Frank. Hi, Tina. It's Tina. Hi, Tina. Get up my hand, Tina. You may not want to negotiate with someone you don't much like this weekend, but what choice do you have? Like it or not, you must come to an agreement that benefits you both because you insist on competing. There will only be losers. Billy Altman, I apologize about the show today. Everybody who watched the show today is getting their money back. I'm sending you your money back and a free iPad 2. All you have to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope and put in $1,000 for shipping and handling, and you will receive a partially used iPad 2 in pretty good working condition. Pretty good. Pisces, you may believe that if you don't take some kind of risk, then you could lose out in a big way, but it isn't true. The more others pressure you into making a quick decision this weekend, the more curious you get to become a brother. I apologize. Aries, you are spending too much time and energy on the matters that are no real importance this weekend. It's a full moon. It means that it's time to get your act together and recognize that there is not the narrow everyday things that matter, but the wider range and the bigger picture. And last but not least, Taurus. You rarely go back and change the decisions you have made, but circumstances will demand it of you this weekend, and you won't have much choice in the matter. Mercury is in your sign, and it will help you make things clear, and this time, make the right call. I'm going to make the right call, and I'm going to feed Jimmy. Because Jimmy, he ain't having no. There's Jimmy right there. Jimmy ain't taking no for an answer. Hey, Freddie. Freddie's here, Jimmy's here, everybody's here. They're all just getting in on the action. Freddie, that's a big one, Jimmy. There you go, little buddy. I got some guy at the next table looking at me like he wants to punch me in my big ass red nose. Bro, you gotta get in here. You can't be lollygagging in the back. Everybody's on the floor eating except Jimmy. Get in there, Playboy. Be kind and loving to all creatures, big and small. I want cookies. I would love to have a cookie right now, but how am I going to eat a cookie when I got these guys starving to death right here? Stumpy's here. Look at. This is Joe's pigeon for like 8 years. This is Stumpy. Hi, Stumpy. Get in there, Stumpy. Guys, we're going to go to Times Square. Anybody in for that? Anybody want to go to Times Square and kick some rhymes there? Because Times Fair. I'm there. Jimmy. Sorry, man, at the next table who hates my nose. Guys, honestly, what do you notice more? The red? Which one? Hi, ladies. How's it going? Listen, today's show, this could be nice. This could be a nice little, hey guys, how are you? It's your old pal Boogie Bob. We're just sitting here relaxing, having a good time. I've drugged the show down enough. I've ruined the show. I want to apologize to Sugar Bay. I apologize. I'm like an airline. understand that you have other choices with YouTube or your YouTube preferences. I want to thank you for dropping by today. I do want to apologize for having such a shitty show. I want to apologize for offending all my viewers with my constant plugging of Johnson butt plugs. I honestly believe in this product. It is it's a good butt plug. I put it up there with the Murphys and the Leonards. Now the Murphy's butt plug is one of my favorites, but we're talking Johnson's here, folks. Got some guy at the next table going, this guy really likes butt plugs. I mean, they're comfortable. What we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to, I think what's best for everybody is like to turn off. I'm just going to turn off. It's going to take me 3 seconds to make a new label saying walk into Times Square. I hope that you join me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be naked women. Guys, naked women. And free butt plugs for every 4th caller. Chicago Tom's like, whoa, let's, come on, Chicago Tom, I got you. Billy, me and Billy go way back. Billy, tune in for the Times Square. I think you're going to like it. I love, by the way, Chicago is my second home. I love Chicago very, very much. All right, we will talk again soon. Here's a whole bunch for you, my friend. We'll talk again in about 6 seconds. Tune back in. God bless you.